I have yet to meet anybody who doesn't want to prepare or doesn't recognise the need for preparation. And it keeps being raised all of the time, like that there's a cohort of people there who doesn't see a need to prepare. We certainly see, and I know certainly on behalf of my own party, see the need to prepare what needs to be done, whether that be an assembly, a constitutional assembly, whether it be a white paper, whether it be a Oireachtas committee, or whether it be a combination of all of those. And I think we need to move the conversation on. I think we need to take that off the table. But I really hear what you are saying in relation to the responsibility of this committee into how we're going to carry this forward. I'm really glad to have the opportunity for your input again today, because arising from your discussion, your recommendation the last time as well, and I think the Chair would probably confirm this for me, but we agreed to write to the Secretary of State to ask him to bring some clarity to the matrix and the criteria that he was going to use, in the same way as you had written to him in December. And I suppose my first question to you, Colin, would be in relation to then the follow-on letter that you sent to the Secretary of State on the 19th of January. Have you had any response to that?
Thank you for the following up in relation to writing to the Secretary of State. I think it's very much appreciated. Just to explain again that the aim was to try and elicit some more clarity following on from the Court of Appeal McCord judgment. Conscious that the Secretary of State has a significant amount of flexibility in relation to triggering this process. Really, my letters were an attempt to try and get a bit more transparency, to get a bit more detail as to what precisely the Secretary of State does. For example, what evidence he relies on in reaching his judgment, and just basic questions around how often the Secretary of State reviews the relevant evidence. And I think that would be helpful for everyone on this island, because of course the right to self-determination belongs to the people of this island. So I think clarity would be helpful. I've had 2 responses so far. I've shared correspondence with the committee as well, and committee members, and I've shared it more widely, can reach their own conclusions from the responses. But my view is clear. The response was from a group within the Northern Ireland office, and the Secretary of State has fundamentally failed to answer the detailed questions raised in my letter. And to my mind, that shows a profound lack of respect for the people of this island. So my questions remain unanswered, and I very much wish you all the best in having more luck than I had in getting detailed responses from the Secretary of State. But I think it's really important, while it's not the only task at the moment, it's one part of the jigsaw, if you like. It's a piece in the jigsaw of moving towards these referendums taking place. And I think the Secretary of State needs to provide detailed answers.